Good morning, folks, and welcome back to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel for you. As I always do, I come back with very simple topics that relates to each one of our lives. Well, today we have a special topic, a special request which has come in from one of my regular listeners. So, what is the topic for today? The topic for today is right is the direction. As we are all going through a tough time during this pandemic, it's a very interesting topic. So, folks, without delaying further, let us engage ourselves, trying to recollect, trying to gather, and let us focus on the topic. The right is the direction. With tough times, with difficult moments, with unprecedented situations, each one of us is looking for the right direction. So, when I say right is the direction, what are the things that we are talking about? When things are not going right, we need to build our determination. We need to build all our focus. We need to put in the extra efforts to stay on the right side. Remember, nothing is eventual. Look at the hands of a clock. It has to move over hours. So we need to be self motivated, we need to be self focused, and most importantly, we need to fight. We need to take up the challenge. So, looking at the topic, right is the direction. What are the things that we can focus on? What are the things that we can build over on? Well, I would say, getting back to basics, we focus on very few subjective things. We can look at the situation. We can focus on our individual efforts. We can focus on preparing alternatives, and of course, keep an eye on the results. So, folks, as we gather over our personal and professional lives, as we gather over situations, circumstances, as we gather over the moment, as we gather over going in the right direction. So, folks, like I say, right is the direction. If we need to be right on the direction, and if we need to see results, we need to start preparing. So, folks, when I'm talking about situations, it's very important to engage over situations. That's something we can't run away from. We need to face off with situations. We need to find a way out. So, folks, I would say challenge the situation with determinants. Of course, next comes the efforts. So, while we are going through the situations, we need to evaluate our efforts. Understand that the certain situation needs additional efforts. So, we need to go all out and put in the additional efforts. We need to move out of our comfort zones. We need to understand that tough times are times that takes up all the challenges. Tough times that is something that brings out the new things in us. So we need to give in extra efforts. Preparing for alternatives. Folks, not everything goes our way. But yes, what we can also do is work towards alternatives. So we need to have an alternative in hand. So if things don't really go with the flow of things, we have a alternative option to go with that is favorable to each one of us. So, like I'm saying, an eye on the result. So, as we gather over our personal lives, our professional lives, as we gather over situations, moments, folks, understand nothing is eventual. These are testing times. These are times that we don't know. It could get better tomorrow, it could get better any hour. So, what we need to do is we need to be in the right direction. So, it's a very interesting request that has come in today. I want to be very generic. I want to be very simple because each one of us are going through different situations. So, looking at right is the direction. Let us build in all our efforts. Let us bring out the best in ourselves to take us out of situations, to focus on bettering our efforts, getting up the alternatives, and of course, eyeing better results. Folks, I want to keep this podcast very simple for today because it's something that each one of us are going through. It's something that requires a lot of thinking, a lot of efforts, and it's a big challenge at hand. But yes, eventually we will all come out successful. We will all see better times ahead. We will all get back into our own zones, happy environments. So, folks, like I always say, we need to be positive, we need to be determined, and we need to understand that our efforts should matter. Our efforts should have the value. Our efforts should not just value for ourselves, but value for anybody who is associated with us. And eventually, our efforts should go in towards the betterment of our wellness for the entire well-being of our environment or of any people around us. I am trying to be as simple as possible without complicating any of this. So, folks, as we sit down and relate how we can get in the right direction, let us understand that situation is same all across. So, getting in the right direction will take the additional efforts. But yes, we can get there. Yes, we can see better results. Yes, we can see better times. Yes, we can all be happy. Yes, there can always be wellness. So, folks, let us gather ourselves. Let us gather our best efforts. Let us support one another. Let us work towards getting in the right direction. So, I'm leaving you with a generic thought. I'm leaving you with a positive state of mind. And I'm leaving you with a challenge of building wellness for each one of us. I hope you like listening to my podcast. Do visit my website, which is georgenathaniel.net. My podcasts are available across all platforms. And of course, my podcast is also live on my blog site. Folks, I wish you all a wonderful time ahead. Put in the effort, be determined, build the focus, and of course, right is the direction. Folks, I repeat it again, right is the direction. So whatever is going on, whatever is happening, time has to turn the right way. That's the way time goes. So, folks, I wish each and every one of you the right direction, the right frame of mind, the right results, the right wellness, and let us all work towards putting in our efforts and making it count. I hope you like listening to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel, and I wish you all a wonderful time ahead. Thank you so much.